All right, we just arrived back at the beer garden here where Hans is.
Woo!
The kitties are super excited, but what Snow's super excited, and what I'm super excited about is that the inverter is here. So it's Friday afternoon. We were worried we were gonna have to wait till Monday, but now we got to race off with Hans to see if we can go get there in time to pick it up before the weekend. Otherwise, it's wait till Monday. So there's the DHL office.
Yes.
You guys will not believe how fast this was. Hans went in there. Everybody knew him in there. He was like a rock star. We waited for about 30 seconds. We got the inverter.
Was it easy to do?
Yeah, Hans knew everybody there, so it was super easy. Cost about 50 bucks, but we got it.
All right.
Let's open this bad boy up and
Let's
get it
do it.
installed. All right, here we go.
There it is, guys.
3,000 watt pure sine inverter, GoWise power. We went with a little different brand. The Ames brand that I had worked well for 3 years, but it died, and I was hoping maybe I could find one and get a little more out of it. So anyway, that's that. So this has a little different, it's just an on-off power switch. Hopefully I can use the same one that I already have in there. If not, I can just change it out.
All right. So
There
here it is, guys.
Time to put it in.
See if it works. Y'all cross your fingers. All right. All of the tool bags have been brought into the van.
Tool bags and testers.
Did you turn the power off?
Not yet. I'm not ready to start yet. I have to
Okay.
read the instruction manual, get everything set up.
There's
There's a lot of stuff to do before I need to do that.
All right. Okay. But the project has started. What do you think, G? You ready to help, buddy? Construction has started. The inverter is under the bed. And it's the easiest way to get to it to push the mattress back and unbolt a few of our bed boards. Hopefully Curt can get it where he can get in there fairly easy. But I think it's going to be tricky.
All right. I got the inverter out. You guys can see how big this is. It's huge. And it's pretty heavy. The other one's wider and shorter, so I'm hoping I have enough space that way to fit it in there. We'll see.
All right. Well,
What's next?
let's go see. All right, so this is under our bed. Lots of fancy electrical stuff that I don't understand. But straight down there on that board is where this thing needs to fit. Curt's getting it. We're about to see. Oh, there's Curt now. All right, the moment of truth, guys. It's gonna be a tight fit. Oh, so close. We may have to. Ooh. Oh, it went! It did it! Yay!
It is snug.
Are you smiling?
It's as snug as a bug. I'm not smiling yet.
All right, guys. I gotta put the camera down and help Curt. All right, so instead of laying it flat, we are going with mounting it on the side wall here. See how that works out. Update. This ended up being a 2-person job, only because it's so awkward in there. All right, we're about to get it bolted onto the wall, and then we'll wire it up and see if she works. All right, Curt is working from the inside, bolting that thing in tight, but I wanted to show you we have to pull everything out of the garage to get to those electronics in that back corner. So this has been no easy task. How's it going up there, Curty?
Just struggling. It's a tight spot.
Always hard to work in a teeny tiny space. And when you live in 94 square feet, the utility room is very, very small. All right, so Curt has flipped the power back on the 12-volt system. I do not think he has turned on the 110 system yet, which is the one that was broken. 110 is on! 110 is on! It is working! Woo! Alright guys, that is amazing news. I'm gonna go out there. It is dark. Curt is finishing this up in the dark. I'm gonna go out there and help him get the garage all packed back up, guys. This is fantastic news.
So if you can see there, guys, over there on the left is the inverter, and I had that standing up. Before, it would sit on sort of flat on the bottom there, and so I built a shelf to slide in over top of the inverter. So now there's not really space there, and actually I kind of like the idea of having additional room. So my slide out drawer, which is right here, you guys can see, I had to modify to take that piece out so it stops right there before it gets to the inverter. And so that's what I did this morning. I got it all back in and modified. There's the chunks that I cut off, which I must say was already a modification that I put on to get a little extra space. But anyway, I think it needs the airspace to cool off, so modification made. So time to put everything back inside the van. All right, these guys were going stir crazy while I was working on the van. They recognized this place as soon as we rolled back in the yard, and they've been wallering for a walk.
We really like it here.
And to be honest with you, since we got back, I've primarily just been working. So this is the first chance we had to get them out. And Snow's walking Vanna, you can see there, which this is a long walk for Snow and Vanna. And then G's right here hanging out with me. But they love this place right here.
Okay guys, we just took the cats on their final walk here. They love it here. We love it here. Hans, who owns this place, has been absolutely amazing. He gave us wonderful places to go. He helped us get that package shipped in. He's given us an itinerary to go see the rest of Ecuador. And he makes the most amazing cakes. So as much as I'm sad to leave, my calorie intake is happy to leave. But if you're ever coming to Ecuador, you need to come up here to Summerwind. You can find him on iOverlander, and also a link in the description. This place is amazing, guys. Okay guys, the van is fixed. The electrical system is running perfecto. We have pulled out of the beer garden campground for the very last time. We're on the road, but first, Hans did one more thing to help us out. We think we're going to be able to get our booster shots right here, just a couple of miles away from Hans's campground, and that's where we're headed now. Cross your fingers, everything goes smooth, because if not, we're going to have to fly home to get those things, and then it's going to cost $1,000 a piece instead of whatever they charge us here. So hopefully we're about to get our booster shots. All right, so we've made it to the place. There's a bit of a line. We don't know how long we'll have to wait. We got here at 8:15. They opened at 8, and there's already several people in line. But we will wait.
We're in the clinic right here. We've waited in line outside for a long time, and now we're up next. We've heard a lot of kids come out screaming.
Curt's gonna cry.
I might. What about you, Snow?
I'm going first.
Snow's going first. She's the brave one. She can't wait. All right, Snow is not only going to get her COVID vaccine booster, it's the AstraZeneca. AstraZeneca.
I'm also going to get a flu shot.
She's also going to get a flu shot.
I'm going to breathe.
It's a big needle. Wow.
Yeah, it is a big needle.
Oh, that thing is long. Wow.
You're next, Curt.
All right, number 2 going in. One in each arm. Big long needle.
You gotcha. All right, guys. It took about 2 hours. It was free, and it was a fairly easy process. We're very thankful for that. Thank you, Ecuador. It's just now getting where tourists are able to do this in these countries down here. But the fact that we can is a good sign, because it means they have all their citizens good to go. So now there's shots left over for the tourists. That saves us a big trip home that would have been very expensive. So thank you, Ecuador. All right, Kurt's almost done. Then we're gonna go on a fun little adventure.
All right, guys, we've probably already said it in a couple episodes, but to be honest with you, Hans provided us a place we definitely needed to get things fixed, but all the way down to helping us get our vacuum, getting our package delivered. It's just been a really beautiful, amazing place, and we're so thankful to have places like that along the way. You know, a lot of times we're dependent on the hospitality of other countries, and just what a treat. We just went in and got our vaccines, and the doctors and the nurses were so incredibly kind and nice, and it was just a really pleasant experience being here in Ibarra. But guess what? It's moving day. We have a couple chores to do, and then we're headed out on our next adventure.
So we may have already told you, I don't know, but for a few years now we've been using the Google Fi service, and we knew the day would come where Google Fi pulled our data because we've been out of the country for too long. That day has come, and so now we no longer use Google Fi for our internet. We do keep it for our phone number and texting, so we can keep our number from the United States. But we now have to get SIM cards in each country we go to and load them with data. And it has always proven to be kind of a pain in the butt, and it's no different here. But we have our cards, we have the apps on our phone. We think all we have to do now is pay, which is what Kurt is about to do at this little kiosk behind us. So hopefully we will have internet here in Ecuador again very soon. All right, guys, we got the cell phones all paid. We have stopped at a little roadside restaurant. We're each getting a pork frittata. And then we got Coke Zeros. Look at how tiny they are. I mean, look at that.
They're like little 4 ounces.
They're so cute. We're gonna have some lunch, and then we're headed to our campsite, which is supposed to be really close to a fun adventure that we will do first thing in the morning.
We'll see. It's been a chaotic morning.
It has been. All right, so it looks like I have potatoes, plantains, corn, cheese, and the pork.
So this is the typical frittata.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So we made it to our destination, but it is pretty late in the day. Luckily, our camp spot is only about, I don't know, 30 seconds drive away from here. So we're just gonna go get settled into our campsite, have a relaxing evening, probably take a nap. First thing in the morning, we're gonna come show you this place we found. It's a national park here in Ecuador, and we took a sneak peek, and it's pretty. So you're gonna wanna hang out for the rest of this video.
All right, guys, a couple of things. We made it to our campsite, and this is our first wild campsite in Ecuador, I believe.
Yes, and we're at 9,900 feet elevation.
Yeah, and it's a little chilly here.
Cold.
So Snow's, what do you call this thing, the king's chair?
Yeah, this is the throne Kurt has created. So we took my knee prop thing, and we've turned it into like a recliner. And you put the pillows, and yeah, it's pretty good. But me and G are chilling in it.
This is where G sleeps almost every night, all the time now. Regardless of where our feet are, he's gonna waller in.
Yeah.
Another thing is we got the inverter in, but you might hear that whirring in the background.
Yeah.
That would be our new inverter.
New inverter, the fan makes a little bit more noise. So when it is working hard, because we're cooking chili right now, so when the inverter's working hard, the fan comes on, and it's a little loud, but that's okay.
It is a little louder than the other one, but I do feel like it's a little bit more powerful.
It just turned off.
and the fan just turned off.
Which means the chili's almost done.
Which means the chili's almost done. And unfortunately, we're losing the view. The clouds are setting in, but we got some volcanoes and some valleys. So, but I just want to let you guys know we made it safe and we're about to have some chili.
Yes, we are.
Living my best life. Living my best life. This house is now a litany. Things I thought I'd never be. Man who has opinions on an ottoman, among other things. I used to think I'd missed the road, the crushing fame, the sold out shows. And I just sing head, shoulders, knees and toes like I'd forgotten them. But I'm alive, baby, I'm thriving. Oh yeah, I'm living my best life. I wake up with the sunrise. It does not look a thing like I thought that it would, but I've been getting my steps in, and I sleep with my best friend. It's the best that it has been in a long time. I'm living my best life. Yeah.
Good morning, guys. We had a decent night's sleep. The cats got some walks. We're up bright and early, and we're gonna head to this beautiful national park that is literally just a couple of 100 feet down the road. I know Kurt showed you where we were camping last night, but it was sunset, or just beyond sunset, and the fog was rolling in. So I'm gonna give you another view real quick before we roll out of here.
Be alive, oh yeah, baby, I'm thriving. Yeah, yeah, I'm living my best life. I wake up with the sunrise. It does not look a thing like I thought that it would, but I've been getting my steps in, and I sleep with my best friend. It's the best that it has.
Okay, so this is the Cuicocha lagoon. It's actually an active volcanic caldera. It's currently filled with water from rainfall and water coming from down in the aquifer, and also from a long time ago when the glaciers originally started to melt. The two islands that appear in the center of the lagoon are actually 4 volcanic domes. The largest of them rises about 300 meters above the bottom of the crater. Now, the crater is currently submerged under the lake. The Cuicocha Dome was destroyed by a big explosion about 3,100 years ago, which created this caldera-type volcano crater. So they do offer boat rides here, out to the islands in the middle of those domes. But to be super honest, guys, we're both a little bit tired, likely from our boosters that we got yesterday. When we got our original vaccines, we both had just a little bit of a headache and we're tired the next day. So today we're just going to show you all this from a distance. Relax a little bit, and in a little bit we'll drive to our next camp. But it's pretty, huh?
Let's go swimming.
I imagine it's cold.
You can see the ledge just drops off super steep right here, and then the water just changes colors like throughout. It's pretty cool. All right, everyone, we had a nice little chill time at the Laguna here. I think you've probably heard from us that I was a little banged up from that shot last night. There's a beautiful crater walk around here I didn't do, and but the weather up here is nice. Went out just for about an hour just by the lake, had a nice lake day. But right now we're gonna jump in the van and we're gonna head to the equator.
South, way
South. We're going to the actual equator. So super stoked about that. I'm really curious if once we get on the other side, if toilets flush the other way. I've always heard that. I don't know if I'll find that out today, but if I do, you'll see too. Yeah, so anyway, cool little place, but we are out of here. All right, van is on the dash. It's moving day. And Snow's at the wheel, driving us and taking us south into new territory. Most of the time we spent in Ecuador, we've been in the state or the department of Ecuador. And so now we're headed south and yeah, into some new territory. But I don't think there's going to be any shortage here of these big giant volcanoes jutting up.
Everywhere you look.
It's just a matter if they're hiding in the clouds or not.
Yeah.
All right, you guys know Snow loves a good copia.
No, I just keep all of our documents in order. Kurt's making fun of me, but we just need to make a copy of our original tip. We only have that one copy, and that's not cool.
All right, so it's about an hour drive from Laguna down to the equator, but along the way, about halfway there, we came across this police checkpoint. Now the roads here are super nice. They're like 3 lanes wide on each side, and so they had cones across the whole road. They were geared with big guns and pistols, and they had mirrors to look under people's cars. So we were waved through, no problem, but it looked like kind of something serious, right,
Yeah,
Snow?
it looked like a pretty tense checkpoint, so I'm glad we got waved through.
Yeah. Undoubtedly, I'll pronounce it wrong, but we're in the little town of Cayambe, or actually it's kind of a big city on the way there. But we're seeing on these signs for these little cafes, they're everywhere, is bizcochos, B-I-Z-O chocos, bizcochos. Anyway, we haven't tried some yet, but maybe while we're in this region, it looks like a specialty item. We need to check it out.
The van is officially in the southern hemisphere. Now we're gonna go up here and walk right straight across the equator, but we've already officially drove across. There she sits, no longer in the northern hemisphere. So let's go look at this sundial. Now I think Kurt told you this is the original marker of the equator here in Ecuador, but they have made a more touristy, fancier one closer to Quito, the capital. But something about the original that seems pretty cool to us. So that's what we're gonna do.
Head for the sun, follow your footsteps, edge of the world, right to your doorstep home. Anywhere you wanna go, beyond the stars, out where the sun sets, we'll find the light and we'll keep it our secret home. Anywhere you wanna go, down an Eden road. Anywhere you wanna go, I'll show you my world.
Standing on the border, I'm walking the thin line, and I just realized some bad news, guys. As it turns out, the story about the toilets flushing in opposite directions or water draining in different directions in the northern and southern hemisphere is not true. All right, I can't just give you bad news, so now I have to give you the good news. So there's all sorts of different kinds of agave here. It's an agave plant. Now I do not see the blue agave like they had in Mexico, but they do make alcohol with the agave here. Oh, that's blue agave right there. But they make it from a different process. Now when we were in Mexico, we visited the agave fields and did a tequila tour, and we'll link it right here. But they make it differently here. So they tap the syrup of the agave plant, they use that to actually make their spirit. And because tequila is a name that's protected only for those regions in Mexico that make it, and the name of this stuff is going to be Equator. So maybe we'll get a try, and who knows, maybe we'll even get some. Y'all know I have an affinity for tequila. You ready to go taste some alcohol made from agave? It's called Equator. They can't call it tequila.
Oh. So guys, this place is a technically perfect place on the earth to build a very accurate sundial. It sits exactly on the equator, and he showed us how it all worked. How, you know, on March 21st, it would be straight up and down, and there's a little pinhole in the top of the marker where just a little tiny beam of light would slide through right at noon on March 21st, and sometime in September. I can't remember the exact date. We missed that by a few weeks, which is a bummer. But he showed us how, you know, in the winter and the summer, and how everything's based on east and west. And they actually here believe so strongly in east to west versus north and south that they have designed their own map that's based on everything being east and west instead of North America and South America. It's pretty interesting. Another cool thing about being exactly on the equator like we are here is that we can see from here the entire star system and the entire Milky Way. Now, if you're up in North America, you know, say in Florida or California, you only see portions of it. And if you're down in, I don't know, Patagonia, you only see the southern portion. But from here, they can see the entire star system, and it's pretty cool. But unfortunately, it's cloudy here right now. He also told us a cool fact that they believe strongly, in fact, the Ecuador is named because of the equator, but the French, a long time ago, I don't remember when he said, but they came here to do their scientific studies on the equator and trying to prove some scientific theories, because here in Ecuador you have the Andes mountain range that actually helps prove some of the scientific theories behind the stars and the sun and how it sets, because they can use the different mountain peaks as reference points. So although the equator goes through, I think he said 16 different countries, here, because they have the mountains for the points of reference, they're pretty proud of the equator here and all the scientific studies that have been done here. But with that, guys, we are going to wind this episode down with a little walk through the agave garden, where Curt bought him some fresh agave liquor, similar to tequila, I suppose. And we are going to go find us a camp, and we will see you guys in a few days. Cheers.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!